Hello, I'm John Coleman from ApocatastasisInstitute, an institute for the humanities and alternative college and high school here on New Milford, Connecticut, USA. The purpose of this broadcast is to enjoy William Butler Yeats's poem, 1919. This series is part of Apocatastasis project, and this is, for now, our 1 year look at human history, integrating history, literature, philosophy, art, and so forth. There are many tiers you may join in this lifelong learning project. So, one of those is to enroll either in full time or monthly or even bi monthly seminars where we check up on our reading from the 5 volumes, which you may access and freely download from our project site. One way you may join us is by tuning into Revolution Radio every Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Another way, and the focus of this broadcast, is to take out a subscription to our Substack site, a paid subscription, mind you. And for our paid subscribers, we will have bi weekly presentations calibrated to where we're at with the project. As it happens, as of this recording, 1919, Treaty of Paris, we've been looking at this for the past few weeks. This week, we're going to be looking at Benito Mussolini, his fascists, and the 1922 March on Rome. All of this will invite a further meditation on Revolution Radio and on Substack of our situation in a disintegrating geopolitical world and see where it is appropriate and inappropriate to make connections. Once again, we especially invite you to take out a paid subscription to Apocatastasis on Substack, where you can access these fortnightly presentations. 1919 by William Butler Yeats. Many ingenious, lovely things are gone that seemed a sheer miracle to the multitude. Protected from the circle of the moon that pitches common things about, there stood amidst the ornamental bronze and stone an ancient image made of olive wood, and gone are Phidias's famous ivories and all the golden grasshoppers and bees. We too had many pretty toys when young, a law indifferent to blame or praise, to bribe or threat. Habits that made old wrongs melt down as if they were wax in the sun's rays. Public opinion ripening for so long, we thought it would outlive all future days. Oh, what fine thought we had because we thought that the worst rogues and rascals had died out. All teeth were drawn, all ancient tricks unlearned, and a great army, but a showy thing. What matter that no cannon had been turned into a plowshare? Parliament and king thought that unless a little powder burned, the trumpeters might burst with trumpeting. And yet it lacked all glory, and perchance the guardsmen drowsy charges would not prance. Nowadays are dragon-ridden. The nightmare rides upon sleep. A drunken soldiery can leave the mother murdered at her door to crawl in her own blood and go scot-free. The night can sweat with terror as before. We pierced our thoughts into philosophy and plan to bring the world under a rule who are but weasels fighting in a hole. He who can read the signs nor sink unmanned into the half deceit of some intoxicant from shallow wits, who knows no work can stand, whether health, wealth, or peace of mind were spent on master work of intellect or hand, no honor leave its mighty monument, has but one comfort left, all triumph would but break upon his ghostly solitude. But is there any comfort to be found? Man is in love, and loves what vanishes. What more is there to say? That country round, none dare admit if such a thought were his, incendiary or bigot could be found, to burn that stump on the Acropolis, or break in bits the famous ivories, or traffic in the grasshoppers or bees. When Loi Fuller's Chinese dancers enwound a shining web, a floating ribbon of cloth, it seemed that a dragon of air had fallen amongst dancers, had whirled them around, or hurried them off on its own furious path. So the Platonic year whirls out, new right and wrong whirls in the old instead. All men are dancers, and their tread goes to the barbarous clangor of a gong. Some moralist or mythological poet compares the solitary soul to a swan. I am satisfied with that, satisfied if a troubled mirror show it, before that brief gleam of its life be gone. An image of its state, the wings half spread for flight, the breast thrust out in pride, whether to play or to ride, those winds that clamor of approaching night. A man in his own secret meditation is lost amid labyrinth that he has made in art or politics. Some Platonist affirms that in the station where we should cast off body and trade, the ancient habit sticks, and that if our works could but vanish with our breath, that were a lucky death. For triumph can but mar our solitude. The swan has leaped into the desolate heaven. That image can bring wildness, bring a rage, to end all things, to end what my laborious life imagined, even to half imagine, the half written page. Oh, but we dream to mend whatever mischief seemed to afflict mankind. But now that winds of winter blow, learn that we were crack-patted when we dreamed. We, who 7 years ago talked of honor and of truth, shriek with pleasure if we show the weasel's twist, the weasel's tooth. Come, let us mock at the great that had such burdens on the mind and toiled so hard and late to leave some monument behind, nor thought of the leveling wind. Come, let us mock at the wise with all those calendars whereon they fixed old aching eyes. They never saw how seasons run, but now gape at the sun. Come, let us mock at the good that fancied goodness might be gay and sick of solitude, might proclaim a holiday, when shriek, and where are they? Mockers after that would not lift a hand maybe to help good, wise, or great to bar that foul storm out, for we traffic in mockery. Violence upon the roads, violence of horses, some few have handsome riders are garlanded on delicate sensitive ear our tossing mane, but wearied running round and round in their courses, all break and vanish, and evil gathers head. Herodias' daughters have returned again, a sudden blast of dusty wind, and after thunder of feet, tumult of images, their purpose in the labyrinth of the wind. And should some crazy hand dare touch a daughter, all turn with amorous cries or angry cries according to the wind, for all are blind. But now wind drops, dust settles. Thereupon their lurch is past, his great eyes without thought. Under the shadow of stupid straw-pale locks, that insolent fiend Robert Artisan, to whom the lovelorn Lady Kettler brought bronzed peacock feathers, red combs of her cocks. Tu autem domine, miserere nobis. Thus is William Butler Yeats's poem 1919. This is part of Apocatastasis's project, our cyclical study of the humanities. You may freely download the 5 volumes of this reading and join in your private study. If you want a very, very and unique and once-in-a-lifetime interaction with this topic, you may enroll in our various courses where we study this privately in our seminars and live classes. And in between all of that, we have, well, the purpose of these broadcasts, an invitation to enroll here on Substack to our paid students and our paid subscribers, where every fortnight there is an appropriate presentation given. And the one which is on deck as of this broadcast is Mussolini's March on Rome in 1922, the topic of the fascists, and frankly, a reaction to the type of lethargy that Yeats was writing about in his poem, looking at the Treaty of Paris and all of the dithering that came about following the First World War. Eventually, people get tired of that, and you get the tug of war between the communists and the fascists of, well, 1922 all the way to 1945, I suppose. Anyhow, thanks for hanging out here, and thanks for enjoying some of William Butler Yeats's poetry. See you next week.